Most people don't realize their pension could be the most valuable part of their net worth. In this video, I want to show you a real-life case study of a couple who has an additional $4 million in value from their pension that doesn't even show up on their net worth statement when they retire. I also want to give you the tool that I'm using in this video for free. It's called the My Financial Independence Plan tool. You can do projections of your own. Hi everybody, my name is John Lee. I'm a tax professor, a CPA, and I love maximizing after-tax cash flows for people. But as I do this more and more, I realize that I love maximizing after-tax happiness more than after-tax cash flows. They don't necessarily match up. Sometimes the most efficient thing you can do for tax purposes isn't the most efficient thing you do for happiness purposes. So that's part of the reason why I'm doing this series, the Retire Smarter with a Pension series. This is the 7th video in that series. So if you haven't caught the other ones, go back to the first one especially. In the first video, you can build out your own baseline retirement plan with the free version of the My Financial Independence Plan tool. And in that, you'll start with, well, I'll go ahead and show it to you as I'm doing this case study. Let's jump into the case study. And you can see, when you download the free version, this is what you get. You'll start in the Profile tab, and you're just filling out all of your information related to your financial life. And when you're going to retire, everything else. You'll complete that, complete your current net worth, an annual budget, which that goes into the projection for your lifetime budget, and then a current tax plan. Once you do those 4 tabs, you'll be provided a lifetime projection of your financial life. You'll have net worth, your income, so it's going to show how long you have wages until you retire, then Social Security, pensions, all of that's built in. It's going to show your cash outflows, all of that. So really cool tool, and that, what I just showed you, you get all of that for free. There's a lot of other planning items that are in a paid version, but for free you can do quite a bit, including the pension analysis I'm going to show you. And here's where I want to show you the value of this couple's pension. You can see their retirement and final net worth, they are going to do very well. And I want to demonstrate that a lot of the reason why they're doing so well is the value of their pensions. You can see final net worth, we've done in previous videos, the previous 6 videos, we've already done 12 different projections to maximize their after-tax wealth. In this video, we're going to show, okay, we're at 8,888,644. What is the effect? Here's where we can look at the value of the pension. So on the profile, when you fill this out, you put in your pension information. And this is very specific calculation where you have, based on the pension that you have, your final average salary for 3 or 5 years, whatever they use, and then that pension multiplier is an important number of years of service, is it indexed for inflation, joint survivor, etc. The first thing we're going to do is we have the projection with the husband's pension. You can see in future planning, if we go to our income section, here's his pension, already retired, started paying out, and it's starting at 35, it's indexed for inflation, gets up to 54,000 at 86, the projected year of death in this case. If I just select that the amount of money that he's going to receive over his retirement is $1 million, $1,026,000. But we're going to show that it's even worth more than that due to the ability to invest the extra. So for his specific situation, that's the amount he's going to receive, but let's just take out one variable. We're just going to take out his pension. We have the net worth calculation. We'll take out his pension to see what is the effect of him not having that pension, and that'll show us how much it's worth. So I'm just going to copy these pension numbers so we don't lose them, so we'll put them back in. And I'm going to delete any of these orange cells. You can see when I delete those, I take out his pension. Look how much net worth, final net worth decreased. And we'll go over to projections, and let's just lock that in. So we'll go to the top and say projection 13, calculate value of husband's pension. And we'll lock in. So if we just set projection 13, we'll be able to scroll all the way down. You can see it doesn't change retirement net worth much, but what does it change? Final net worth, because that's when you retire versus your final net worth. that pension is worth 1.5 million to this couple, and that is, we saw real dollars it was $1 million, but when you're investing the difference, it gives you that extra. So just that pension alone, and hopefully you're seeing, okay, was my pension similar to his? If we go back, when you do this projection on your own, you know, it's we'll have to put in the information back in to show the effect of the wife's. But let's look at that really quick. If we put his information back, I'm just going to copy those and paste values. You can see that annual pension amount is $34,578. If yours is similar to that, that's the worth of your pension, right? Depending on if it's an index for inflation, etc. But you can see it created $1.5 million of final net worth to have that pension. See how that, if we look at their balance sheet, let's look at their current net worth, we'll see that that pension may be the most valuable part of their net worth. So let's go to the wife now, because she has an even better pension here. You can see, even though she didn't have as high a final average salary, her pension multiplier is 2% versus 1.1, and it's also indexed for inflation. So you see her pension annual amount is starting at $55,000 a year, almost $56,000. So let's copy this and let's look at the effect of, if the wife did not have that pension, what would their retirement look like? If we delete her pension now, we added the husband's back in. So if I go back, you can see we're starting at the same starting point we did before. So we're just going to see the difference in the wife's pension. We're down to 6.4 million. So if we go, let's go lock that in projections. We'll set projection 14. And you can see the sum of those two, her pension is worth almost 2.5 million, right? We went from 8.9 to 6.4. That is the value. She has an awesome pension, and we'll add it back in after we lock in, calculate value of, for projection 14 of wife's pension, 2.5. So you can see between the two of them, their pensions are worth $4 million. If we go and we take out, let's go back to the profile. If we take both pensions out, you can see it has a massive effect on their final net worth. So we'll lock that in as set projection 15, calculate value of both pensions together. And you can see if we go down to the bottom for set projection 15, I mean, total is 4.1 million. And that is how valuable. Sometimes people are like, oh, my balance sheet, my current net worth, I don't have a ton in 401k and these other accounts. Your pension could be a massive amount of value that provides. So it's important to go calculate it, see how much value does it actually provide you. For this couple, it's massive, 4 million, but your pension may be similar to theirs, at least one of theirs, right? Now let's go back to the profile, and we're going to add them back in just to show the net present value, because that is the lifetime value. It's $4 million of value that the pension is providing this couple. Now we're going to add their pensions back in and just go to that future planning tab and calculate, okay, what is the net present value. If you wanted to throw this onto your net worth statement to show, okay, how much do we actually have, then if you go to future planning, we have the husband selected. Let's just select all the way down, to 86. And below here, I don't want to override any of my formulas. I'm just going to do this net present value formula, NPV, and the rate, that's your discount rate. What do you expect the returns to be on that money? Maybe if we did 0.05, right? Value, and then we're just going to select that range. It'll start with that first one, the net present value of that annuity. If we hit enter, it's $553,000. And it's going to vary, like if we did a 3% NP or discount rate, $700,000. So that is the amount that you would put on your net worth statement, right? To show this is what this is currently worth, but over time it'll be worth a lot more. And then for the spouse, I'm going to copy that formula and paste it over. $773,000. If we did 5%, and I'm missing a few years for hers because she lived longer. If I hit enter, $848,000. So we're looking at 1.4 million. That could technically, that is the net present value of all those cash flows. That is the value of their pensions. And go ahead and download this free tool so you can calculate the value of yours. The other thing I want to show you really quickly is that showed why the pension is so valuable math-wise, numbers-wise. What about the psychological aspect? There's been multiple articles that show, and you can see this article, what's it called here? It's in Kiplinger, What Science Reveals About Money and a Happy Retirement. Remember, I like maximizing after-tax cash flows, but after-tax happiness is even more important. And sometimes maybe the most efficient thing isn't the best thing for your happiness. And here it talks about how using HRS data, a Rand Corporation study found that retirees who get a regular income stream from annuities were 43% more likely to consider themselves very satisfied 10 years into their retirement than were retirees with annuitized income. You can see that it goes on and talks about how valuable it is to have that constant stream of those monthly payments. It's easier to spend that money down here. One study looked at spending by retirees who have a pension or other guaranteed income source of about $3,000 a month compared with those who don't have a guaranteed income but have saved enough to comfortably withdraw $3,000 a month. People who relied on their savings spent only about half as much as those with guaranteed income source. What is going to give you a happy retirement? And I've mentioned this in other videos. It can be tougher to spend from that nest egg. But if you have this guaranteed income source that's coming in every month, there's research that shows it's easier to spend and you're happier in retirement because you're less worried about running out of money, etc. So that is the value of your pension. In the next video, I'm going to go through that big decision you have to make. Lump sum versus the annuity. Which are you going to do? And we'll just run a bunch of projections in the tool to see what the effects are of the lump sum versus the annuity and how your longevity, how quickly you might pass away, affects the decision as well. If you have found this information useful, please like the video, subscribe, share this with others so I can spread the word on the value of a pension. If you want to work one-on-one with me, feel free to click the link in the description below as well, and we will see you in the next one.